What's up, my Bearded Bros? Bearded Maniac here with another special video. Now, you might see Overwatch Uprising. I know I've done a few videos on that lately, but it's not going to be an Uprising video. It's actually going to be a bold prediction video for the 2017 NFL Draft, which takes place later today. Now, I'm going to be the boldest of bold. I'm picking what I believe is the 10 boldest predictions I can come up with. Now, necessarily, they're not the 10 things I see happening. They're just the things that I believe would shake up the draft almost more than anything else. Now, at number 1, we have a trade for our bold prediction. I'm predicting that not only does Cleveland trade up for a quarterback in Mitch Trubisky after selecting Myles Garrett number 1 overall, but they trade up to the Tennessee Titans at 5 by trading their 12th pick and their 2nd round pick, their 33 overall, for the rights to number 5 to select Mitch Trubisky. Picking up Mitch Trubisky and Myles Garrett with the 1st and 5th selections would be worth to me 3 of their first picks with those 2 if Trubisky pans out. So that's something I can actually see happening. It's one of the only bold ones I can see happening pretty easily. Make sure I give everyone arm real quick. Number 2, we have Chicago. Everyone has Chicago going defense on this draft, but I feel like Chicago goes running back or goes wide receiver and picks up wide receiver from Clemson, Mike Williams, to pair with Kevin White or possibly replace Kevin White since he hasn't really panned out yet. I know that's pretty bold when you think about it. Him going 3rd. No one really. Some people have him dropping out of the top 10. So this does seem kind of crazy. Now, number 3, probably the boldest prediction I have on the list, or at least one of them. I have the Jags selecting O.J. Howard as a bold prediction. Mind you, remember, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. I have them selecting O.J. Howard, tight end, to replace what they had in Julius Thomas and all that good stuff. Everyone has them picking Leonard Fournette, but I believe they wait until for their first pick in the 2nd round, maybe pick up a Dalvin Cook and Alvin Kamara, or wait until later to pick up a Samaje Perine. I'm sorry if I pronounced the names wrong here. Now, with the 4th bold prediction in my picks, I have the Oakland Raiders in the 1st or 2nd round selecting Joe Mixon, running back out of Oklahoma, mainly because I know Al Davis never shied away from players with character issues, so I don't believe Mark Davis will. Now the question is, will they have much say in who gets drafted? I don't know. But I wanted to be even bolder and say the Raiders select Joe Mixon with a 20th overall pick, but I don't know if I see that happening. They might trade up to get him if they think someone else is going to pick him. Well, who knows? And for the 5th pick, now I feel like this one's particularly crazy. It's not necessarily bold, it's just crazy. I have the Saints possibly drafting wide receiver John Ross out of Washington to replace the recently parted Brandon Cooks, who went to New England. Now, will that happen? Probably not. I think they could trade up with the 32nd overall pick to get him, but they could draft him with another 11th overall pick also. Doing damage, holy shit. It'll be interesting to see if that happens. And then also I have Tampa Bay. Now, a lot of people have Tampa Bay connected to Dalvin Cook out of Florida State. But my bold prediction connects them with another running back. I have them trading up from 18 overall to select Christian McCaffrey, running back, Stanford. Now, I don't think they'd have to trade up too much, but they could technically trade up to 12 that Tennessee had claimed from Cleveland and gives Tennessee 18 and maybe a 3rd rounder or something. I can see that happening because Tennessee's smart like that. They compile draft picks that will help them out. Then I have the Cards drafting Deshaun Watson, quarterback, Clemson, 13th overall in the 1st round as an heir apparent to Carson Palmer. Mainly, why the pressure to first draft a quarterback first round, I think, is because of the extremely slow start that Carson Palmer got on last year. I think people severely underrate the fact that he was so terrible the first half of the year, and that might be a sign of things to come. So I feel like they drafted Deshaun Watson in 13, get his replacement, and maybe replace Carson Palmer by the end of next year if he grows up enough. Then at 8, I have the Detroit Lions drafting up after solidifying their offensive line in the offseason and selecting Dalvin Cook, running back, Florida State. Now, I don't know where they would trade up to, but I feel like if they feel like someone's going to grab him, they'll trade up to stop that from happening. Don't know where necessarily. And then at number 9, we have Denver drafting a cornerback in the first round, the very first round. Now, that doesn't seem so bold because it is a deep class, so it just makes sense. But what makes it bold is the reason. Now, I have Denver drafting a cornerback in the first round to get ready to replace Aqib Talib, because I'm going to go all Max Kellerman here and say Aqib Talib's approaching the slope, and he's going to start dropping off like Darrelle Revis did this previous season in 2016. So I feel like, and granted, it might not be this year, it might not be next year or the year after. They might draft him for like 4 years away, who knows. But I feel like they start to get ready for day life after Aqib Talib, and it's a great idea in my opinion. I hope they do that. Although a lot of people have him going offensive line, which also makes sense because it's not that deep, so you gotta grab what you can when you can. And then last but not least, I have the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I hate talking about them because I absolutely hate the Cowboys. But I have the Dallas Cowboys selecting Michigan hybrid safety linebacker Jabril Peppers with their first round pick, because I know Jerry Jones is not afraid to draft guys with character issues or red flags, especially when it comes to people who have extreme potential. So I figured he goes to Dallas at 20 whatever, or 30 whatever, wherever I think it's 28. I think that's a good pick. Also, I think Jabril will fall due to his diluted test, but he won't fall too far from where he would have been drafted in the first place. I think part of the issue was at the combine he rose up because everyone saw his his numbers and they're like, oh my god, he's amazing, but then they keep watching tape and they're like, yes, he's good, but where will he best fit? Because I don't think a hybrid's gonna work in the NFL right now. So that's my 10 picks. Quick review right now. We have Tennessee trading up to 5, or Cleveland trading up to 5 from Tennessee to select Mitch Trubisky after selecting Myles Garrett first overall. We have Chicago drafting Mike Williams with the 3rd overall pick. We have the Jaguars selecting O.J. Howard with the 4th overall pick. We have the Raiders selecting Joe Mixon in the 1st or 2nd round. We have the Saints drafting John Ross to replace Brandon Cooks. We have Tampa Bay trading up to select Christian McCaffrey. We have the Cards drafting Deshaun Watson at 13. Or trading up to draft him, that's possible. We have Detroit trading up to draft Dalvin Cook. We have Denver drafting a cornerback specifically with the mindset of replacing Aqib Talib in a few years. And then we have Dallas selecting recently red flag Jabril Peppers, safety linebacker from Michigan. Now, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of these bold predictions, if you can actually see them happening, and let me know if there are particular ones that you just don't see happening no matter what. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and leave a like down below, because like I said, Madden will be coming this year around, and I plan to maybe start making more sports videos on this channel, so I'm trying to gauge the interest. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.